If you can't kill a boss, no reason why you can't look like one. Moogle putting the wow in transmogs. This set could go for Warlocks too with a few changes, but I'm liking it here for a Mage, maybe Arcane, and maybe Frost a little bit, because perfect look for Frost would be gray or white, light blue, but it's kind of hard to find those, so this will go for Frost, I think. Black Mage Weave Vest, vanilla level tailoring, check your tailor, check your local auction house for that vest. I do believe there's a lookalike that's a quest reward as well. Siege of Orgrimmar LFR Malkorak is the boss. To drop the belt, which I like that purple jewel on it, LFR version. Keep in mind there's different jewel colors for that belt based on the mode that you're doing. Black Mage Weave leggings, vanilla level tailoring, you got it. Check your local auction house, probably the best way to go. Now this looks epic on a Lady Draenei, I think. Jankle Spur Jack Boots, almost sounds like a children's nursery rhyme. Dragon Soul LFR War Master Blackhorn, 12% on the drop rate for those boots. The hands, Firehawk gloves, which you get out of Firelance. Keep in mind Heroic. Heroic is kind of a purple look, and basically the regular version is red, kind of fire-like. Wicked Witch's Hat, Karazhan BC, the Crone, 22% drop rate for the Purple Witch's Hat. And the back, Periwinkle Cloak, thrown with the Tides, Lady Nazjar, 25% on the drop rate for that. And the weapon, Baleful Spire, crafted from Baleful Armaments in Tanan Jungle. I suppose this goes with Warlocks and Shadow Priests. I think they could mog it with a few changes here and there, but we're working Arcane, maybe Frost for this set. Amos of the Reef Witch, the Eternal Palace Mythic. You gotta grind it a bit, but it's worth it. The Woundshear Robes, Black Rock Foundry Mythic, Operator Thogar, 15% on the drop rate for the chest. Moving on to a Goblin and the Belt, Vita Binder Wrap, Throne of Thunder Heroic, Cache of Storms, 14% drop rate. Next up, we're going to move on to the next piece, which I do believe eventually is going to come. Here's the back, okay? Dark Leather Cloak. I said it, I did it. It's a purple cloak. I like the look, so I use it very often. Vanilla level leatherworking. Check your local auction house or leatherworker for that. Moving on, we have a Void Elf, General Satin Slippers. Netherstorm, BC PvP vendor, 2 marks of honor for those. You could also go with the Netherweed boots. They're kind of gray and they work with this set as well. That's crafted from BC. Firecaller's hand wraps, Battle of Dazaralahor. That's definitely not right. Anyway, kind of a fair drop rate for those gloves. The headpiece, part of the same tier set as the shoulders, which of course is Eternal Palace Mythic, kind of a low drop rate on the headpiece, but really liking it. More so for the females than the dudes. And the weapon is Uldir Mythic. Fetid Devourer drops that staff with the orange jewel. Looking great with this set. I'm thinking fire for this one. Matter of fact, I don't know if you guys know this, but I can basically start fire with my mind. But I choose not to do it just simply because I don't want to put the matchbook industry out of business. Enough with the bad jokes. The chest piece, Elegant Tunic, Molten Core. Molten Core, vanilla of course, various mobs, or you can buy it on the auction house to get the chest piece. Moving on to the belt, and we have a Dark Iron Dwarf showing the belt from Siege of Orgrimmar Mythic. Malkorak is the boss, 14% on the drop rate. It's got that perfect look to it, that yellow jewel with a splash of red, sort of. Leggings of Eternity, Hyjal Summit Archimon. He's the last boss in that old school BC raid. 28% on the drop rate for the Pantaloons, or the legs. The feet, Boots of the Shifting Nightmare, Serpent Shrine Cavern. Hydrus is the boss, and decent drop rate for those. You might want to get those. Those are really nice. Go with a lot of different caster stuff. Doom Singer Slinger gloves, one or the other. Anyway, Emersilk Cloth, Moradon, various mobs, or you can buy it on the auction house. Also, there's lookalikes, and there's other lookalikes for that cloak. Cowl of Light's Purity, Sunwell Plateau, Kill Jaden, 20% on the drop rate for that headpiece. And the offhand is straight out of Ungoro Crater. It's a quest reward, a Tale of Two Shovels, play on Tale of Two Cities. And the weapon, Blazing Demon Hilt Sword. Love this sword, Hellfire Citadel. Maybe this set will set the world on fire. Yes, this is intended for fire. Warmongering, Gladiator, Silk Amos, WoD PvP vendor. 3 marks of honor to pick that up. If you hoard, you gotta go wild. I always like this set for fire. My Fire Mage sports this set. I think it's really, really cool looking. Cindercloth vest, vanilla level tailoring. Check your local tailor or your local auction house for that vest from vanilla. Moving on to a Lady Draenor, we have the belt, Warmongering, Gladiator's Court of Cruelty, WoD PvP vendor. Gotta go wild if you hoard. Just 1 mark of honor to pick up that particular belt. Moving on to the Pantaloons, which is another name for legs. Crimson Silk Pantaloons, crafted vanilla tailor, or you could buy it on the auction house. There are some lookalikes, so check Wowhead for that. Zondalari Troll, moving, strolling real slow. Fire Striders, Hellfire Citadel. Balnazar is the boss, 22% on the drop rate for those particular boots. And the hands, Cindercloth gloves. So we have that crafted set from vanilla, the hands, the chest, the legs, all that crafted set, the Cindercloth set. And now we have a Lady Goblin, the back, Magma Lord Cloak, Daenerys. It's a quest reward, Trial by Magma. Trial by Magma is the name of the quest. And the head, Outlander's face wrap. Really nice piece to pick up for any given caster. And the weapon is basically your Mage Order Hall here, Fire Mage default artifact. This set echoes Frost, Arcane, either one, Hydraxian Mantle. Really like this set. This is a recolor from a preset in Cata, so you can get it off of Isle Expeditions or you can buy it on the auction house. It gets cheaper as we progress into BFA, which is going to last forever, by the way. Ebon Weave Robe, Wrath of the Lich King PvP vendor, which is incorrect, but actually that is a Wrath of the Lich King level tailor to get that particular robe. I think there are lookalikes, so you can check Wowhead belt, Tyrannical Gladiator's Court of Accuracy, Mop PvP vendor. 1 mark of honor to pick up that belt. Real simple and easy to get. Moving on, sticking with the Worgen, the black, or not black, the back is dark, which is like black. Dark leather cloak, vanilla level leatherworking. Check your local leatherworker or auction house. Lady Blood Elf, Netherweave boots. Once again, this is a tailored piece, but this is BC level tailoring. Buy cheap on the auction house or find a local tailor, give them the mats, boom, you got the boots. That's the way it works, or at least that's old school WoW. The hands, wraps of the persecuted Naxxramas, normal 25-man Thaddeus. He's the boss, and he drops it at a 33% rate. The headpiece, sticking with those halos, I really like those. You get this from Highland Ettins if you want to farm it or buy it on the auction house. Highland Ettins, of course, are found in Stormheim. And the weapon, kind of sinister aspirants, staff, BFA PvP sources, eventually marks of honor. This set reminds me of Arcane, and maybe Frost too. Dominant Gladiator, Silk Amos, Legion PvP vendor, 3 marks of honor. Actually, you gotta buy the whole set, but eventually it'll be 3 marks of honor. That's why I put that there. Moving on to the chest, one of my favorites in the game, Tormented Demon Soul Robes. You get it out of Shadrath. You can also get it out of the Isle of Qualdanas, whatever. Anyway, you can buy it for gold. It's that simple. The belt, Antiquated Highborn Cinch, the Nighthold. You can see the boss, 16% on the drop rate. Sticking with the Worgen, and we're going to move on to the next piece, which I do believe is the Cloak, Demonic Gladiator Silken Shawl. Legion PvP vendor, 1 mark of honor, but in this case you gotta buy the whole set. Keep in mind, what I'm showing here is Alliance only, so I kind of show Horde characters sometimes just so people get ideas. That's what this is all about. Laughing Skull boots, Tarokar Forest, various mobs, or you can buy it on the auction house. Sticking with the Lady Draenor, as you can see the cloak there, looks pretty cool. The hands, Fierce Combatants, Silk Handguards, Legion PvP vendor, 2 marks of honor. Actually, you gotta buy the whole set once again. Eventually Blizzard might fix that. I do believe they will sometime or another. We have a Zondalari Troll and the Crescent Veil Cowl, which of course is the Emerald Nightmare. various mobs, or this one you could buy it on the auction house. Kind of like those, oval headpieces that they have from Legion. And weapon, Wild Gladiators, Energy Staff, Alliance only, 5 marks of honor to pick up the weapon. People, I want to thank everyone for tuning in. My name is Luxeley, and I'll leave you with this final thought, which is kind of something I took from a really good movie called The Truman Show. Anyway, whatever it is by you, whether it's morning, afternoon, or night, make it epic.